Alright guys, so the dual DOKKANFEST transforming Super Saiyan Goku and First Form Frieza have been out for about a week now. I've had time to sort of play around with these units on their different respective teams, and then sort of this is more of a video, I guess, explaining how well these two units do on their respective category teams, because they are a bit different than previous units, right? Like the Goku, for example. When he's Super Saiyan 1, he has Prepare for Battle. When he's Super Saiyan 2, he has Prepare for Battle. But when he goes to Super Saiyan 3, he loses Prepare for Battle and becomes an Over and a Flash unit. Now, for me specifically, I feel like that is the biggest weakness of this Goku, is that right there. The fact that he completely changes two transformations in, I think that's a big detriment to his card, especially because, like, you could, like, if this happened for Super Saiyan Blue, you could say, well, it's not really a big deal because you're never going to get there anyway, right? Like, getting the Super Saiyan Blue transformation or even the God transformation is going to be a very, very rare occurrence. Usually, though, I've found that the Super Saiyan 3 transformation or third form for Frieza, like, you do reach that point right as you're finishing up the fight. So, Goku going to an Over and a Flash unit, that hurts him a lot. And that really, it kind of puts, like, that changes the way you're going to have to build teams if you're going to use this guy. Now, one thing I will say, if you're going to use him as a super unit, is this, oh yeah, this isn't sort of the nice way, but if you're going to use this guy as just a super leader, here, we'll go by Fierce Battle. There's a lot of different ways you could build this that'll work a lot. Like, you could go kind of almost similar to what you could do with Tech Vegito Blue, where you could load up the team with units that have Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash. So, like, you toss on Ultra Instinct Goku has both. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock's got both. Gogeta has both. You could even go with Physical Vegito Blue for the team, because Physical Vegito Blue, of course, will have both Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash, whereas Tech Vegito Blue is only Over in a Flash, and LR Vegito Blue is only Prepare for Battle. So, Physical Vegito Blue can work pretty good on a super type team. And I do feel as though it's a lot more consistent with the AGL Goku as leader, because you don't have to have the all 5 types represented like you did for the Tech Vegito Blue hero team. So I do think this Goku as a leader, it is a big buff for the super type team, because you can sort of build it the way you want to, right? Now, we'll just kind of go in order by his categories here. So the first category to look at is the Realm of Gods category. Now, I would say this is easily probably the Goku's best category in terms of fit, right? Because you're gonna, as of right now, the only leader for the Realm of Gods team is Ultra Instinct Goku, and he is both a Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash unit. So, if you're gonna be using this Goku here, even if he gets that Super Saiyan 3 form, he's still gonna be working perfect with Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, you do have some units who you're not going to fit the best with, like, LR Goku Black, or maybe SCR Rose, once Goku would hit that Super Saiyan 3 transformation. But usually, like, a unit like LR Goku Black, SCR Rose, I guess even AGL Rose, these aren't units that AGL DOKKANFEST transforming Goku's probably going to interact with. I've found that if you're going to kind of use, like, LR Goku Black on one of these category teams, be it Patara, Realm of Gods, or Future, it does kind of work best to make him a rotation with another of the, Zamasu units, right? Pretty much any Zamasu unit is a pretty good fit here. But the last thing is, LR Goku Black, AGL Rose, and SCR Rose, they all do have Prepare for Battle. So, until you get to Super Saiyan 3, AGL Goku is going to work very well with all of them. Now, I actually do kind of like the AGL Goku on this Realm of Gods team. Like, I do think it does work pretty nicely. You also have a unit like Blue Vegeta, who is one of the top, like, units you could put on this team. And, he again is also a Prepare for Battle unit. So at least throughout the first couple rotations of the fight, the AGL Goku is going to work beautifully After he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, though, you could just sort of build the rotation by having the Super Saiyan 3 Goku in slot 1, having Ultra Instinct Goku in slot 2, and then you could have, whatever your floater, be it God of Destruction Topo, a Rose Goku Black, any of those units, just have them in that third slot and everything is going to work out fine. God of Destruction Topo also does work very well on the team because of the fact that he has that Tournament of Power link. So he does link up pretty well with both Evolution Blue Vegeta and Ultra Instinct Goku, who I usually run on the Realm of Gods team. So I do think the Transforming Goku works very well on the Realm of Gods team. You can really make it work basically throughout the lifespan of Goku's transformations. Now, if we head over to the Super Saiyan 3 category, this is where things are very bleak. And I do not like the Goku on this category whatsoever. The reason for this, let's just start with this, okay? If you have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you gotta run him. He's like the hardest hitter in the game. LR Super Vegito could output more damage once the transformation happens, but that's very, very rare, and that's only going to be for like 1 or 2 turns at the end of a fight. LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, though, does that massive damage consistently throughout the entire fight. He's so powerful, he dwarfs like the rest of the team's damage. So everything should be centered around this guy, and he doesn't share a key link with the Transforming Goku until, probably 5, 6, 7 turns into the fight, however long it might take. Too much of the fight would be spent with the Transforming Goku as a prepare for battle unit, and I do think it hurts Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because here's the thing. In order to make that work, I think you would need to put like the AGL Goku on a rotation, right? So you do maybe AGL Super Saiyan Goku, you do Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and then that's a rotation, and then LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku's on another rotation. The problem with that is then you would be pushing physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks off rotation, and he's just going to output a shit ton more damage than this Goku right here. I like that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks a lot more on the Super Saiyan 3 team, especially because that Gotenks, he is very easily able to get his 11 key super on this team, especially if you have him in the first slot. You only have to get him 2 key, which most of the time I found is very doable. So you're really cutting a lot of damage off the team if you're pushing Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks into a floater spot, which is pretty much what you have to do if you're going to be bringing this Goku along. Now, of course, once he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, then he's a perfect fit on the team with the rest of the units, right? Because they all have those same links, Over in a Flash, as well as Limit Breaking Form. Now, maybe if you don't have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and let's say like Super Saiyan 3 Broly is a big part of your team, maybe the Goku would work a bit better, because again, Super Saiyan 3 Broly is also a prepared for battle unit, so maybe then you could sort of just kind of build the team in a different way, right? And I guess Super Saiyan 3 Bardock being the leader of the team does make it easier as well, because he also has prepared for battle and Over in a Flash, so it can work, but you have to like nerf the team to bring Goku along. That's why I just don't think he's, the best fit here. I think it's easily the worst category for this Goku. So now we'll move on to the Pure Saiyan category. Now the Pure Saiyan category, of course, is like the most versatile category in the game, just based alone off of the fact that it is the biggest category in the game. You have so many different units of all different link types. Prepare for battle, Over in a Flash, Shocking Speed. You can build whatever you want. The only real restriction, I would say, is that Evolution Blue Vegeta is a prepare for battle unit. That's really kind of the only thing that would hurt. I think one thing they should really look into doing for some of these category teams is releasing secondary leaders. I really like what they did with the Android category, releasing 2 separate leaders at the same time, which does kind of allow you to build the team in different ways. And then, of course, you've got a similar thing with the Fusion category or the Patara category, right? I would like to see them release an Over in a Flash Pure Saiyan category leader. That would be cool. So at a certain point, you could decide to build the team one of 2 ways. But in terms of Goku fitting on this team, I do think it works very well. Of course, you do still have several good options like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, as well as Ultra Instinct Goku, who you can run on the team who have both Prepare for Battle and Over in a Flash for when Goku might hit that Super Saiyan 3 form. Of course, you could just have a rotation with maybe like LR Majin Vegeta ready to go where he's got Over in a Flash. I feel like Pure Saiyan, you could make it work, right? Because there's so many options. Like, free-to-play player, Whale, you're just going to have so many options that you can kind of build a team however you see fit. So, of course, I think the Goku is a very capable option for the Pure Saiyan team. Now, because both Goku and Frieza are on the full power category, we'll get to the full power category last and kind of talk about Frieza and Goku on the team together. So now we'll move on and talk about Frieza. Now Frieza, I don't need to spend as much time on Frieza because he's a perfect fit on the Revived Warrior team. He's a perfect fit on the Movie Boss team. Like, we're done. Like, it's just, he's fantastic because he has great links with Angel Gold and Frieza. In terms of the LRs, he's not going to link up very good with LR Broly. Does he have any links with LR Bojack? No, well, they've got Big Bad Bosses, but that's pretty much it. So, you can run the Frieza on the Revived Warrior team, and I still think it's a pretty good idea. You can do that. Just have him on rotation with one of the 2 Angel, Gold, and Frieza leaders, and you're good to go. Usually, I think the optimal team, I think it might still be Super Saiyan 3 Angel Tech Goku and LR Majin Vegeta as a rotation. And then it's, I think, the LR Broly rotation as the optimal team for the Revived Warriors. But, like, you could very easily, instead of one of the 2 LR rotations, you could just have Angel Gold and Frieza and then the Transforming Frieza. Transforming Frieza, of course, is a fantastic defensive unit for the first couple turns, and then, of course, the healing is very good as well. In terms of talking about Frieza doesn't really have the same problem Goku does. He does change his, main key link, though, just like Goku does, Fear and Faith. It becomes Shocking Speed once Frieza hits Final Form. The reason this isn't really as much of an issue is because on teams with Frieza, many of the units Frieza's going to be linked with overlap with Fear and Faith and Shocking Speed. The only team where this sort of change is going to be any sort of issue is the full power team, which we'll talk about in a second here. But for the most part, on Movie Bosses or Revived Warriors, that change is not going to hurt him. It's not as big a deal as Goku going from Prepare for Battle Over in a Flash is a huge problem. For Frieza, it's not really so much of an issue. So Revived Warriors, you can make it work. Movie Boss, of course, is even easier. You've got Turles there, who just makes everything, buttery smooth, really. You can, build a rotation with the Tech Golden Frieza, or just run Frieza however the fuck you like to, but put Frieza with Final Form Cooler. It all works. Movie Boss category team. I don't need to suck it off much longer. Y'all know how good it is. Now, moving on to the full power team. The full power team has both Goku and Frieza on it. At first it seems a little weird because you've got a Super Saiyan 1 Goku and First Form Frieza. Obviously, Frieza's full power is not First Form Frieza, right? But then when you consider what these cards are really supposed to be, is the Goku and Frieza from Baba's Palace right before the Turn on Power, right? That's why I kind of don't know if I like the super attacks that they gave them, because they definitely are Universal Survival Arc era units, like, based upon the dialogue that both Blue Goku and Golden Frieza says once they do their super attacks. Their super attack is literally like the Baba Palace super attack, so I kind of wish they'd done something different, or put these units on the Universal Survival Arc, right? Like, to be honest, the Frieza really kind of should be an Angel Frieza just because of that, but I don't know, whatever. I'm getting off track. Anyway, so I found that the full power team works best if you prioritize the shocking speed link. That is pretty much the easiest way to build a very powerful and formidable team. LR Gohan has shocking speed. Of course, Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku has shocking speed. You can get shocking speed with Omega Shenron, who is incredibly powerful. And who is the last one? Sometimes I toss in, like, this Golden Frieza. There's another option I'm forgetting. Someone who I always run. I'm drawing a blank here. Actually, you can run this Kaioken Goku as well. I feel as though his biggest value as a unit is to this full power team, because again, these prepare for battle and shocking speed units, you're going to have a lot of these. You got LR Gohan plus both Super Saiyan 4 Gokus. You also put him in there, and 4 of your 6 units are going to be shocking speed and prepare for battle. Now, based on that would hurt this Frieza, because I like, again, running on the full power team, trying to get, like, all shocking speed. I feel like that's the most consistent way. Whereas Frieza does not get that until he hits final form. I think a big workaround you could do is do kind of the full power team build that I was using for Android 21, which is where I would have 2 rotations. I'd have Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Full Power Goku and LR Gohan as 1 rotation. And then the second rotation, I put Android 21 in the first slot, I put Omega Shenron in the second slot, and then, the floaters would all have shocking speed. So Omega Shenron has Fear and Faith and shocking speed, so he kind of works as a bridge between the unit in the first slot and the rest of the team. You could do that same thing with this first form Frieza. He just knocks Android 21 off the team, but I mean, it's not really, like, Frieza is a much better unit than this Android 21, so that's not really that big of a deal. But, like, if you do it like that, this Frieza does work. And then even once he would transform into his final form and get shocking speed, then it's even easier to run him on the team, because at that point you could float him and he would share shocking speed with a lot of the other units that I think, I don't want to say you should run, but you could run, right? Now, this Goku, he's going to have a little bit of the same problem where he's going to work really good on the team until you get to Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Then he has 1 dead turn, but then once he goes into God, he does gain shocking speed, and then Blue also has shocking speed. But again, I feel like the Super Saiyan 3 turn, that transformation, that's when the end of the fight is going to happen, and you're going to have Super Saiyan 3, the Super Saiyan 3 form up. So, I don't particularly like Over in a Flash units on this category. It's just a little wonky, right? Like, you do have LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but again, like, unless you could build the whole team around him, I don't really like running him on teams. That's why, like, if I'm going to run this guy, I'll do it on the Super Saiyan 3 team, but I don't really usually do it on the Pure Saiyan team, because Blue Vegeta doesn't have Over in a Flash. And I don't really like it so much on this team, the Full Power team, because Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku also does not have Over in a Flash. You do have Physical Full Power Frieza. He's an Over in the Flash unit. Some of these Kaioken Gokus do have it, like the Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. The only thing is, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku, he's okay. He's definitely a better option on JP. I mean, it's almost a myth that he does more damage on Global. He does slightly more damage on Global, but slightly to the point where it's completely irrelevant, especially considering the Kaioken Goku on JP has the chance to dodge, lowers less health, but he doesn't have Fierce Battle, so that is one thing that would hurt a bit, not really necessarily for himself, but other units around him, right? You do like those consistent links. Do they have the same 12Q multiplier? They do, okay, so that's not that big a deal. And then, of course, like, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, like, he's just very outdated. Right around 1 million attack stat is pretty much his pinnacle. There's still a couple more units that need to be released for this full power category team, I feel, before it can really truly work, and you can kind of run it in any direction you want to. Like, if they released a new Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku from the Tournament of Power, who would have Prepare for Battle, Shocking Speed, and Over in a Flash, he would be a godsend for this team. And then, you could wrap up with this Goku over here. And then at that point, like, I think this transforming Goku would be a monster option on the team. And then, of course, Omega Shenron, like, one reason Omega is so good on this team is just how many links he does share with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. They have Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and GT. And then Omega also does have that Fear and Faith link. He also has big bad bosses. Does this Frieza have Brutal Beatdown? He does not, right? No, he doesn't. Oof, if this Frieza had Brutal Beatdown too, they would be such good linking partners. But Omega works very well in the full power team. So there you go, guys. There's kind of the thoughts on these units and how they work on the category teams. They're very solid units. The Goku is again, I would say solid is a good description of him. Frieza is top tier. Definitely a top tier monster Dokkan Fest unit, though. All three teams, it really is worth it. I do think that team build with Frieza and Omega on rotation on the full power team would be very powerful and would definitely be something worth running. The Super Saiyan Goku, it could work. It's just towards the end of the fight, again, he's going to become dead with, no key links with the rest of the team. But until then, he would be solid there. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.